had more than 2 billboards with your face on them at a super young age. Personally, I know that I couldn't, but our guest today, she can. She's super talented, and it's such an honor to have her with us today. It's Lili-ann De Francesco.
It's me.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for the kind words.
I mean, it's big. So.
I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And grateful also.
Thank you so much for joining us for our Rising Thoughts.
I got my cards here and I'm very excited.
Yeah, so you're going to pick a card.
Yeah.
And there's going to be an emotion on it. And with each emotion, you're going to get a question.
Okay, so I'm starting now. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of nervous. Like, the first one is always like,
yeah,
you're getting into your vibes, you know. If I get emotional right now, I'm not quite sure. Okay. Sadness. Are you kidding? Life. Why are you doing to me like this? Why?
We're starting on a good note, I think.
But it's okay. People like I work with call me sad girl Lili, but it's not because I'm sad. It's just because like my music can be sad. But I'm good.
I mean, it means that you put a lot of your emotions in them. So I think it's good.
I do.
I actually read a quote from you that said that life deals you cards and you just have to roll with them. Was there like an event that made you like learn that lesson?
I guess not just one event. It was more like life in general and what happened in my young life. Everything, first heartbreaks, friendship, family, everything that you go through while you're growing up. And especially for me, writing music and going right into my feelings and, going deep into it, you realize also what's important and what's not. So yeah, you have to roll with it, and it's not always easy. And you learn also, like I said, what's important and what's not. So that's why.
Okay, awesome. And I'm gonna ask you to sing a little bit if you don't mind.
Oh, my days already.
Yeah. Can you sing us a lyric that every time you hear it, it just breaks your heart?
From my songs?
Yeah, of course.
That's a good question. Okay, well, it's probably in Blame Me on the chorus. It goes, wait. Am I crazy? Did it again just to hate me? Nah. Damn, I think I ran out of lies. Guess I did it again. Just to blame me. Lying to myself. Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah, every time like I hear, these lines, it breaks my heart a little bit because, it really came from a place in my heart where I wasn't happy with my decisions at the time, and I was really hating myself, and it's hard sometimes to dive into that emotion again and again and again and again, especially when like it's a single and you have to promote it. So you're just like, by the way guys, a couple of months ago I was hating myself, but I hope you can relate to the song, so it's hard to admit, but once it's out, it was kind of like this relief. So yeah, it breaks my heart, but at the same time, I'm kind of free of my pain now, so I'm happy about it too.
Yeah, and I think it's a good lesson to just like live your emotions and then just let them out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's important because it's not everyone, and it's not always easy to just talk it out and to tell your truth, even like to your closest friends. For me, I have the opportunity to do it in my sessions. So, I enjoy it and just write about it, and it's like my therapy. Yeah.
Music is your therapy.
It's intense, but it's a good therapy.
You want to pick another card?
Oh, okay, yes. Okay. Joy.
Aww.
Also, we're somewhere else. We're somewhere else. I'm happy about this one because I'm feeling good today.
So, you're still pretty young,
Yes.
but you already.
Not really though. I just turned 24 and I'm not okay with that.
I mean, still pretty young.
I am still pretty young.
And you already accomplished a lot. I mean, we already talked about your billboards. I mean, so big.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's say you close your eyes and imagine little Lili-ann.
Yeah.
What would she have been the proudest that you accomplished now?
Wow. Like what? What would I be most proud of back then?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't give up. Like even when, it got hard and it got complicated and I just never gave up and I'm continuing, and it's not every day that I'm excited, it's not every day that I feel joy, but I still keep going and just try to stay positive and stay focused on what I do. And I have this amazing team by my side where I'm so grateful for them. And yeah, so I guess that's what I'm most proud of, is that I kept going. And even if there's a lot of ups and downs in this life in general, but especially in the music industry now these days, it's a tough road. So the fact that I'm still going, I'm very proud of that.
Yeah. And I think that's just a good lesson for everyone, just in life.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Exactly. And it's weird because when people say that, it may sound super cheesy. You hear that, just don't give up, believe in yourself, and you're just like, stop it. This is not what I believe right now, and you have these thoughts in your head, asking yourself, am I good enough for this? Am I doing a good job? Is it enough? Or everything. And I still wake up every morning and try to make like the best out of it. So, just trying to stay positive.
And earlier you talked about the music industry, how it can be tough sometimes,
Yeah.
but are there things that excite you about like the future of the music industry in Canada, globally in general?
I feel like what I like most about music now is that you're always discovering. Like there's always new artists, and you can like learn so much about them now through social medias. Have a more personal connection with some artists that you like. So yeah, I'm excited to. I hope it's gonna happen to have like super fans, because I'm just so grateful that people are listening to my music and that they enjoy it. So I just want to get like close with them, and I hope someday it's gonna happen. But yeah, just keep on making music, doing shows. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited to go on tour. Please God, I want to go on tour. That's probably what I'm focusing on right now. And what I really want to do is to go on tour, meet people, just have fun with my band, be a natural musician. I would really enjoy that.
Yeah, and be in contact with the people who like relate with your music.
Exactly. And it's like there's some feelings that we can share through music. And sometimes like, you don't know how you're feeling about a certain situation, and then you listen to a song and you're just like, I got it. I know how I feel. Oh man, I'm heartbroken or whatsoever. You're happy, or you sad, or you're confused. Whatever feeling, but I have a chance to share it with people, and that we connect on this vibe, and that is such a like great feeling. Yeah.
Let's get another
yes.
emotion.
So, surprise. Okay. What is it?
Okay. Like we mentioned already, you've hit a lot of marks that a lot of artists are like dream of getting to.
Yeah.
What's something that surprised you about getting to your level of success?
That I mean, it's still, I'm still in shock. You know, it still surprises me to see my face on a playlist or to see my face on billboards. It's just, for me, it's such a wonderful feeling. Yeah, it still surprises me. I mean, I don't know how to answer that, because I guess even if, you know, I'm super famous and whatsoever, I'm always be like, always surprised that I got this spot, or, you know, I got this opportunity. And I feel like that's very important, because we're a lot of artists, and to have a chance like that, we're very lucky, you know. So just enjoy it and do not take it for granted. Yeah.
I mean, some people can get used to it. Like when you get to
Yeah,
a certain
exactly.
level, you know.
Exactly. And I don't, you know, I don't want to get used to it. I don't. I still want to be, you know, surprised by it, excited by it, and just enjoy to the fullest. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to take these moments for granted. So, yeah, I'm surprised, but in a good way, you know, because I don't take advantage of that.
Yeah. What's something that surprises you about people's first impression of you? Like when they first meet you, like do they usually like get you right or no or?
Well, I mean, like we were talking about, a lot of people, when they see me for the first time, they're like, "Oh my god, I thought you were so tall," and because of like my pictures. But I'm like, how can you see that on my pictures? I mean, it's still pretty obvious that like I'm super small. You know, like I'm 5'1".
I don't know that it's that obvious, to be
So
honest.
I don't know. For me, I guess like people who like know me, they're just like, they see me as this, you know, little Lily, and just like super bubbly and tiny. And so yeah, I guess that's the first impression they have of me. I hope that they see me as bubbly, because I like bringing, you know, life to the party. Most of the time, you know, when I walk into a room, it's like, you notice me, you notice.
Yeah.
But it's just because like sometimes I can be too much. You know, I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm a fire sign. So it's like when I arrive, you will
bring
know
the
it.
fire.
You
bring
will
the
know
fire.
it. I bring the fire. I bring the fire. People can, you know, sometimes find it annoying, probably, I don't know, and it's okay, you know. It's not everyone who appreciates me, but most of the time, you know, I get around.
Next card.
Next card. Fear.
Oh.
Okay.
Fear. We're gonna get scared.
Yeah, I'm scared of that question.
I mean, you just said you're pretty bubbly, free, and creative. Like, what would you say is your biggest fear in your creative process?
My fear would be of me maybe saying too much and sharing too much with people who are not really there for me, and afterwards like they know too much about me. And especially now with social media and everything, it's very important to promote your songs and to put as much as possible your music out there. So most of the time, where it's like an emotional song, a vulnerable song, I have to talk about it. So I always have to go through
Like
that
relive it.
emotion, exactly, relive it again and again and again and again, and talk about it, where it's like, for me, that was like my journal, and I wrote a song about it. So yeah, I guess my fear is just that it might maybe get a little bit too hard to share, but it's part of the process, and I'm still learning every day. I'm still learning how to deal with it. But yeah, that would be one of my fear. Or also just, it's crazy, but to not get any, like, to not get recognized for what I do, you know. I work very, very hard every day, like I bet like everybody. And I guess it's a fear that a lot of people go through. You know, we're just scared that, yeah, we're not getting recognized, or we're not, you know, getting appreciated for the work that we do. Again, try to live my life with that emotion. So we'll see. But for now, it is a good fear.
Earlier you were talking about like the fear of sharing too much. Are you ever scared that you're not gonna have like experiences that you keep for yourself too? Is that something that you may
It is a scary thought because I need to share in my sessions. If I want to make a song that's honest, it's part of being an artist in a way that if you want a song to be honest and if you want people to connect with the song and with you as not only an artist but a person, you have like you have to put your emotions out there and you have to break the ice. You know, you have to understand that yeah, your personal life, you know, doesn't exist anymore. And it's okay because it was a choice, you know, that's a choice I made. And, you know, sometimes there are moments where I regret it. But again, something I'm living through it, and sometimes I'm very grateful that I get to share it with people.
So
Okay.
card.
So we are ready for anger. Wow.
So clearly you're a really positive person.
I'm trying to be.
And you have a really nice smile. So I think people picture you as like someone who's really positive.
Yeah.
But let's take a break from that.
Yes.
And tell me about a story that made you really mad recently.
Well, the only one I can... Oh, no, I cannot say that. My manager is looking at me and is like, let's cut it. Cut it. So I'm not going to tell that one. The most recent that I can think of is last year, back in October. I was in Toronto, and I just got ghosted by my ex-boyfriend, who I loved with all of my heart. So I was mad. I was very mad. And I got into a room with other artists, and we wrote my song "The Girl That You Can't Get Over," and that emotion was just so surreal at the time and so honest, but like brutally honest. And I was just like, man, this guy, I know that he's not gonna get over me. I know that he's gonna come back, which we all know that he had. So yeah, that anger actually made a freaking good song. So, you know, anger can be good, and in that situation it was definitely super great, super awesome. You know, so anger isn't always a bad thing. But yeah, that's my latest situation I can think of. But it's great because I made a great song out of it.
Yeah, period. That's nice.
Yeah.
Crying on the floor. If we're done, then say so. How you gonna leave like that? Call yourself a...
Are there any people that you can't wait to prove wrong?
Oh yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of people I can think of. Probably, you know, it's funny, but right now, people on top of my head, that I just think about, it's when I was in high school. You know, of course, I would have like, I would get a lot of attention because like, I'm me, so it's life.
Yeah.
And you know, people would judge and, you know, oh, she was making music and blah blah, and like, not everybody, but I know there were some rumors, and I guess now I have a, you know, that kind of feeling where I'm like, well, you know, I'm doing great and I made it, so you can keep talking. You know, my dad always said, talk about it in a good way, talking about it in a bad way, but talk about it. So I'm not very angry at that anymore. I used to, but not anymore because I do what I do best. I write music, I sing songs, and I'm enjoying life.
And just like you said, anger can be like a good fuel to do
Yes.
stuff, you know?
Especially like for writing songs, you have to sometimes. Like it cannot be always about, a heartbreak or whatsoever, like let's transfer that emotion to anger and see what it can give you. So yeah. Another card?
Yes.
Love.
Oh, love. I love it.
No, I'm kidding.
Honestly, I'm sure you can relate to that because clearly you're a big music fan. You're wearing a Beatles shirt. I mean, you love music.
Music is my life.
I clearly remember the first song that I fell in love with. That was like, oh my God, I love music because of this song. What was that song for you?
Oh my God. When people ask me that question, I'm always hesitating because there's so many. But first song that comes into mind, it's on that album, Abbey Road, Here Comes the Sun.
Here comes the sun.
Every time like I'm having a bad day or whatsoever, I just put on that song and suddenly like everything around me is just so bubbly, shiny, and positive. Like it's just great. It's a great song, and it's inspiring also because they're my favorite band. So the meaning also behind it, just everything about this song, everything about that album. So that was my first song I really fell in love with, and also Smells Like Teen Spirit, about like from Nirvana. I was on my way to kindergarten with my dad, and I still remember listening to it in the car, and I was like, oh my God, I mean, I want to meet them. I didn't know the situation back then of the band, but I really fell in love with music, and also just like having this connection with my dad because he's a musician too. So yeah, a lot of Nirvana songs and Beatles songs.
And you're on the completely like opposite ends of the spectrum. Like Here Comes the Sun and then Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, it's not the same vibe, You're just like, oh well, this guy must be crazy. So but it's two different vibes. Depending on my mood, like if I'm about to go out, it's gonna like probably I'm gonna put like Smells Like Teen Spirit. But if it's like morning vibe, taking my coffee, here comes the sun, da, 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 da. It's just like normal to put it in the back, So yeah.
As artists, you can usually fall in love with like multiple different art forms. And I know you're an actress too.
Yeah.
And obviously you're a singer. This is what we're here for. Do you ever see yourself like choosing one, or do you just want to just continue the two of them?
Sometimes it can be hard because I have to make a choice, because of certain schedules and with music and acting. I don't think there's one that I prefer, but it's just music is taking a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, so I don't have like the same amount of energy to put on acting. But I really wish I could do both, honestly. But yeah, I just love being on set, and it's the same thing because like in a session, sometimes I can go into like a different person, or I have to go back to something that happened to me 5 years ago. I was just like, well, 5 years ago, I went on a date and a baba bee and a baba boo and blah blah blah. So I have to go back, like back in time. So when I'm playing a role, when I have a part in a movie or in in a series or whatsoever, I have to be someone else. So it's kind of like the same thing. So everything that connects that, and just everything that's around artistic world is my passion, whatever it is.
Just creating, it seems.
Yeah, creating and meeting new people. I love meeting new people and just like vibing with everyone and sharing the same passion, sharing the same like energy and vibe is just immaculate.
Perfect. The last card.
which we all know what it is. Bonus question.
So, we just went through a wave of emotions
Yes.
with the cards. But
Yes.
what would you say is the emotion you get inspired from the most in your music?
My breakup. No, but I mean, it's not only my, my heartbreaks or like my situations. It's also like my friends, my families. Like, I take a little bit of everything from everyone that, come across my path. And it's just, I'm trying to learn on that and just to bring it all in my music. But yeah, definitely it would be my connections with other people and how they made me feel at the time and how I feel now writing this song. And most of the time, I can ask myself some questions like, oh, what should I do? How do I feel? And then I go into the studio and I'm like, I have it. I know how I feel. I know what to do. So, like I said earlier, most of the time it's more like a therapy session than anything else. So, yeah, as cheesy as it sounds, I would say my life inspires me, and my mistakes also, because I don't mind saying, yeah, I made some mistakes, or I'm making some mistakes right now, but it's part of me growing. It's part of everybody's life. We all have to go through them, and it's just like, if people really want to connect with you, they have to know that you're a person and that you're genuine. So yeah, for me, just sharing some moments in my life, and even though if sometimes it's hard because I have to get personal and I have to be vulnerable, it's always worth it.
And honestly, like, people tend to relate more with the mistakes more than like the
Of course.
ups that you do.
Of course.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes, and it's like, we are clearly not living in a perfect world. So yeah, you just have to deal with it. And my music, if my music can help with your situation, yes, we're happy.
I know you just came out with an EP
Yes.
called Inhale. Congrats.
Thank you.
What did you want to share with this album?
I just wanted to share me as a person. I got diagnosed with JD, which is general anxiety disorder, back like maybe 4 years ago, and it was very hard for me at the time. But I decided to take that with me, that information, get better, wrote some amazing songs about it, and was very honest about it. So for me, sharing it, I just wanted people to see me as a person and see me as a human being, you know. So yeah, I got very into this also. Like we were talking about the highs and lows about being an artist, a singer at 24 years old, how it can make you feel. And even if I'm so grateful for everything that's going on right now in my life, it is not always easy. And there's, days where I literally don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm waking up in the morning and I'm like, so, what's gonna happen tomorrow? What's gonna happen today? And it's always, it's so stressful. So yeah, I just wanted people to really connect with me as a person and to connect with the songs. And yeah, it talks about, just being also an independent woman, that I don't need a man, or I don't need, 25 people around me to make me feel better or to believe in myself, because it's something that I should be able to do by myself. And again, as a woman, now these days with social media. It's very easy to compare yourself, to doubt yourself for anything. So I wanted to give that feeling of like when a woman is gonna listen to, for example, the girl, well, she's gonna, she's gonna feel fearless, she's gonna feel powerful, she's gonna feel independent, which is how I felt while I was writing the song. So yeah, just sharing my life, literally. Like, if you want to know something about me, if you want to know what I've been through for the past 2 years, listen to the entire EP and you'll know. I'm pretty clear, pretty obvious.
But which song would you recommend to someone who's never heard of you before to introduce them to your world and the world of Inhale?
It depends on my mood. Like, if you're going through a breakup where you tend to blame the other person and you tend to put everything that happened in your relationship on them and not on you, I would say go listen to Blame Me, because you have to be able to feel that emotion. You have to do, like, how do you say that, a retrospection on yourself to see if you have also a part of responsibility in everything that has happened. So I would say Blame Me really represent me, because I tend to do that, and I think we all do that. After, like, a situation, you're like, oh my god, it's their fault, it's not mine, I am perfect, I did nothing wrong. But the more and more you're just like, wait, it's a two-way relationship, and it's like, I also, like I said, have my part of responsibility. So anyways, I would say Blame Me, because I'm very vulnerable in it and honest. But also Breathe really is a song that represents my anxiety and what I've been going through for all my life. Yeah, I remember when I was very young and I felt for the first time that kind of panic, and I couldn't talk to anyone about it. And a lot of people are going through that, and is like, I don't know what's going on with me. Should I talk about it? Should I not talk about it? And it's very confusing and it's stressful. So if you want to know how it feels to live with that, Breathe is the perfect definition. Yeah.
So we're gonna move towards your dream collaborations.
Ooh.
Who would you say are your 3 dream collaborations?
If we're talking about, collabs that could actually happen, maybe in the future, Canadian collabs, of course, for me, Charlotte Cardin is just freaking amazing. I love her, and she's an inspiration for me, 100%. And I would love to work with her. Tate McRae is also a really, really, really good artist.
I feel like that would really work.
I'm like, I see her dancing and stuff, and I'm like, girl, I just want to get on stage with you right now. Can you imagine this little duet? Oh, Siri can imagine, No, but seriously, can you imagine just me and her on stage? People would literally be like drooling and like, what? So that would be freaking amazing. I would really, really love that. Tate McRae, my dream collaboration
dream
would be Bruno Mars. Yeah, Bruno Mars is my boo. Bruno Mars is my everything. So yeah, it would definitely be Bruno Mars, because I've always enjoyed his music. I saw him live also, and we have that kind of same energy on stage, like the way that he moves and just the way that he expresses himself. And he's an amazing songwriter. So
Yeah.
Bruno Mars would be, I don't know if it's gonna happen, even if I just meet him, just like to shake his hand, my life is complete. My life is complete. 100%.
Just put your manifestation glasses on, and I think it could happen.
I've been manifesting since like 2007 now. So, Bruno, if you see this, I love you. Also, Shawn Mendes, but Shawn Mendes is only because I really think that he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, last question.
Yes.
What's a question you would want to ask our next Rising Thought artist? So the next person we get on,
Yeah.
what's a question you want us to ask?
Are you happy? Yeah. For me, that it's so simple, but it's so important to know if the artist is happy with everything that's been going on. And most of the time, people forget to ask themselves that question because there's so much going on. And like just now with the release of the EP and everything, and it was my birthday, you forget about what's important and what's not. So just, are you happy? And it can, just make you think about stuff.
I think that's a great question.
Yeah.
And perfect way to end this Rising Thoughts.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for meeting with us. This was great.
Thanks
And
to you.
we wish you the best on your album. Everyone go stream the album.
Right now.
Yeah. Any other words you want to say?
Just thank you for having me. And just thank you.
Perfect. On behalf of everyone on the team at Rising Star, thank you. We out.
We out.